Good morning, everybody on YouTube. This is Rick Thomas from Obsolete Video Services. Okay, guys, we're going to do a part 3 of this. This is for the Cartrivision fish tank, I guess, restoration or complete rebuild, pretty much what I'm doing. Anyways, my previous video, you've noticed I got the servo board. I got all the new caps changed out, as you can see, and various different things. These Mylar caps. And this is the board I'm going to be replacing. As you can see, it's got a ton of them, but now we got another board over here that's got all the replacements and it's rebuilt. So all I got to do is slap it in there and copy the wiring configuration to the pins, and then we could take this board out. I would have rebuilt it on the actual tank, but this servo card is not working right. This is another reason why I wanted to jump over to this one. And for extra protection measures for the servo board and this fish tank, I did cross-reference all the ICs. They're cheap enough that I can go ahead and buy brand new ones for this particular fish tank to save myself some grief down the road and change them all out. So I'm going to put all new ICs. There's about 6 of them or 7 of them on here. We're going to change them out anyways. This servo board does not work properly. This one I'm rebuilding, but I'm going to put new ICs in this one as well, so that way it's a complete functional rebuild. And a lot of times these ICs do fail. Maybe the design is crappy and one of them failed. I don't know. But we're going to put brand new ICs along with the capacitors. It's like 5 or 7 of them in this thing. Very cheap. I was able to cross-reference the numbers, so I was able to find replacements for them. Anyways, guys, as you can see, this is the fish tank open. All right, whenever you work on a Cartrivision, especially a fish tank, you got to open it up like this because you can't get in there because it is literally like a fish tank. You can't get your hands in there. You can't change things out. You can't look to see if there's any problems anywhere, like overheating circuits or, broken leads or anything like that. Since this thing's very primitive, anything can happen. I mean, you can have a broken capacitor off of a lead, you name it. I'm pretty confident the transistors are in A-OK shape. I'm pretty sure if there's a problem, especially coming from the servo, it's probably going to be the IC chips, along with the shit-ass capacitors I had to change on this damn thing. Somebody asked me, how do I really feel about Cartrivision? Biggest piece of shit on the planet. That's how I really feel. If anybody wants to know, I mean, it was bad enough to have to go and rebuild the scanner on this damn thing, which was a complete, and I quote, nightmare on top of anything possible because you just can't find parts. The damn thing is frozen up. You gotta get the metal all back to lubrication again, and those things don't want to move. They're completely stuck in place. It's just a crap machine. I mean, it is the hardest piece of video equipment to fix. It really is. I've worked on video decks all my life. I've never worked on anything that's this much of a piece of crap in my entire life. This thing is really a piece of crap. I mean, the functionality of it, the design of it, it's just so poor. It's unbelievable. But anyways, as you can see, the Mylar caps on that one, from that board to this board, and this one will replace that particular board. I'm not taking the other boards out on the other ones. As you can see, that's why they're in place, and I got it open like this. I'll be able to change out things pretty fast because everything is right there and exposed where I can get to it on these particular 3 boards. And of course, I wanted to check the power supply too, and we put some new caps on that and double checking various diodes and things. I just want to make sure that we're in good shape. The dropout compensator, I also changed out with some new capacitors, and that seems to be a go. So we're already there. And we got some nice resistors, bridge resistors in place where they put them, and I was checking values on those. Those are good. So I'm just checking values, checking for broken connections, checking for easy access to things, making a few notes on some capacitors I may not have so I can get them on order. But this is going to be, as several people online have been asking, it's going to be a total rebuild. This thing is going to be like it was new out of the factory. I mean, it's going to have all new major components, maybe not resistors or transistors, but every damn thing else is going to be changed on this thing. So anyways, once we get it to this point and get it all up and running again and get the machine connected to it, it should start activating to the proper systems and not shutting down, and it should be able to go in the play position and stop position and actually activate the way it should. This thing is a complete nightmare. I mean, it would work for 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden you hit play, and then it just wouldn't do anything again. It's just, I think it was a major failure on Cartrivision's behalf. They didn't design it very well with good components, and it seems like the fish tank is the biggest piece of shit on the planet. So we're going to get this build done. I just want to get this machine up and running so I can move on to my next project, which is going to be the Ampex, which is already about 99% restored. You know, like I said, guys, this is not easy work when you're dealing with machines this old. 9 times out of 10, you got to do a complete rebuild because they just use crappy components, and this stuff is very old. It's been sitting for years. It's starting, like the capacitors are all dried out. You know, when in doubt, swap it out. That's the way Obsolete Video Services does things. You don't do anything half-ass. If you want the damn thing to work, you're just going to have to restore it and bust nuts to get it done. And unfortunately, this is the biggest bust balls job I've ever had to do in my life on a piece of video equipment. So hope you guys enjoyed this video.